The entire galaxy paused the moment the transmission appeared. Signals lit across hundreds of star systems. War rooms fell silent, and admirals froze mid-breath. A lone alien stood at the center of the hologram, tall, trembling, eyes wide with terror. His voice was weak, but filled with a fear no one could ignore. He spoke one sentence that cut through every empire like a blade. Do not attack the humans. If you do, your empire will burn to dust. Many listeners laughed. Humanity? A small species from a blue planet near the edge of the galaxy? How could such a species destroy an empire? How could they threaten star nations that ruled for centuries? But the alien did not laugh. He looked like a survivor from a nightmare. Behind him, the hologram showed a dead world, his world. Planets cracked open, cities silent and broken, starships burned into drifting wreckage. There were no survivors, no fleets, no proud banners, only ash. The alien continued, voice shaking. We believed they were weak. We believed they were slow. We believed nothing could stand against our armies. His breath trembled like a dying engine. We were wrong. Across war councils, eyes narrowed. Commanders leaned forward. Something was wrong. The fear in his voice was not acting. He had seen the impossible. He warned again. If you provoke them even once, they will come. They will not stop. Humans fight like stars falling. They do not retreat. They do not forgive. The transmission ended with static. No one moved. No one spoke. Even the most powerful empires felt a cold weight in their chests. Because somewhere in the dark between stars, human fleets were already waking. For 3 days after the warning, no one spoke openly. Governments held closed meetings, fleets stood by in silent formation, and spies were sent toward the human borders to learn the truth. Yet every scout, every probe, every vessel that crossed the frontier vanished. No wreckage returned. No signal. No bodies. Only silence. Whispers grew into fear. Fear became panic. On the 4th day, something appeared in the void, an object just outside the Calorian Empire's territory. At first, sensors detected nothing. Then lights began to bloom like newborn stars. A massive shape slowly unfolded, emerging from hyperspace like a shadow waking from sleep. It was not an alien ship. It was not a warship from any known nation. It was human. Jet black armor. No banners. No warnings. Just one silent giant surrounded by dozens of smaller escort craft. Calorian commanders stared in disbelief. Their empire had mocked the alien warning, claiming humans were primitive. Now a single human battleship hung outside their gates like a quiet storm. The Calorian High Council made one tragic decision. They opened fire. Thousands of plasma cannons, torpedoes, and railgun shots streaked across the void like fire in a storm. For a moment, stars themselves seemed to burn. Then the smoke cleared. The human ship still stood. Not a scratch. Slowly, calmly, it turned its guns. There was no speech. No threat. No message. Only action. A single rail cannon fired, once. The Calorian fleet, 50 proud warships strong, vanished in a white flash. Shields shattered. Hulls melted. Entire crews were gone before they understood what killed them. One shot had erased an armada. And across the galaxy, every ruler, every admiral, every empire finally understood. The warning was not a story. It was a promise. News of the destroyed Calorian fleet spread faster than light. No one needed proof. Every long-range sensor, every satellite, every outpost saw the flash. One moment there were ships. The next, nothing but glowing dust. Entire nations felt the tremor ripple through their systems like a cold wind through bones. In grand halls of power, leaders whispered behind closed doors. How can one human ship erase an entire battle group? What power do they carry? Are we next? No answer came. Only fear. The Zinthari Empire, once proud and loud, suddenly silenced their border fleets. The Tarquin Dominion recalled all war vessels and shut down every expansion program. Even the mighty Vorga Alliance, famous for crushing planets in days, requested peace talks with species they once enslaved. Everyone was preparing for war they prayed would never come. Meanwhile, hidden far from the main trade routes, the humans watched quietly. They sent no message, offered no negotiation, demanded no surrender. Their silence was louder than 1,000 warnings. On a moon orbiting a dead star, the Galactic Council gathered to discuss the crisis. 32 species sat around a vast circular chamber, but no one spoke first. The memory of the alien warning echoed like a ghost in every mind. Do not attack the humans. They will burn your empire to dust. One counselor finally stood, voice shaking. We must act. Either make peace or prepare for extinction. Another leader rose sharply. We cannot bow to humans. We are billions, they are few. The room erupted into arguments, fear, pride, trembling voices. But then the lights flickered. A hologram suddenly activated, unannounced, uninvited. It was the same alien from the first warning. His face was pale, tired, aged by fear. They are coming, he whispered. The chamber froze. Heart stopped, not to conquer, but to finish what was started. The chamber fell into dead silence. No one breathed. No one blinked. The alien who once gave the warning now returned only to speak 5 words. Words colder than the void itself. Humanity has already launched. Before anyone could react, every screen in the council room flickered, shifting to a map of the galaxy. Red signals began appearing one by one. Then dozens, then hundreds. Human fleets were not approaching from one direction. They were appearing everywhere at the same time, like shadows stepping out of the dark. No empire understood how. No empire was prepared. The first strike fell upon the Zarn Collective. Their main shipyard vanished in a single flash, as if the stars themselves erased it. Minutes later, the Vorga Alliance's border fortress, once considered indestructible, crumbled into dust. Planetary shields melted like snow under the sun. Human ships moved with precision, no wasted fire, no chaos. They destroyed only military targets, leaving civilians untouched. But even this mercy felt terrifying. It was not war. It was judgment. In panic, 3 empires launched a joint counterattack. 15,000 warships in total. They believed numbers could win. They believed humans could be overwhelmed. They were wrong. Human fleets did not retreat. They did not scatter. They advanced like a blade. A single supercarrier-class ship unfolded its wings, releasing swarms of drones, silent, fast, unstoppable. The enemy fleets broke like glass. Admiral Karath, commander of the Allied forces, watched in horror as his ships turned into sparks across the dark. This is not war, he whispered. This is execution. Across the galaxy, lights dimmed in command rooms. Fear became reality. Every empire finally faced the truth. Humanity did not seek conquest. They sought conclusion. And the galaxy was running out of time. Empires that once boasted strength were now shadows of fear. Star systems went dark, fleets retreated to homeworlds, and every ruler watched the map shrink as red human signals continued to spread like wildfire across the void. The galaxy had never seen a war this fast. It was like the universe itself was collapsing inward. A final emergency council was called, one last attempt to survive. 32 leaders gathered again, but this time there was no pride, no shouting, no arrogance. Only shaking hands and eyes filled with terror. The air felt heavy, like the walls themselves were listening. What do humans want? Someone whispered. No one answered. No demands. No negotiations. Humanity moved like a storm with no voice. At the center of the chamber, a hologram activated, this time not of the trembling alien, but of a human. He stood calm, expression unreadable, dressed in dark military armor with the emblem of Earth shining like a white flame. His presence alone felt like gravity, pulling every heart into silence. His voice was soft, steady, controlled. You ignored the warning. You erased lives. You enslaved worlds. You believed power meant mercy belonged to you. He stepped forward, cold eyes scanning the room. We do not conquer. We do not rule. We do not negotiate with arrogance. Light flared behind him. Footage of fallen planets, shattered fleets, starving colonies under alien rule. Not human worlds, but alien worlds destroyed by empires present in the chamber. Humanity had not come for expansion. They came for justice. Then the human commander spoke 8 words that froze the galaxy. You have one chance left, kneel or burn. No one moved. No one spoke. Every empire suddenly understood. This was not invasion. This was sentencing. For a long moment, the council sat frozen. The human commander's words echoed like thunder inside their minds. Kneel or burn. It was not a threat. It was truth. Some leaders lowered their heads in fear, ready to surrender. Others gritted their teeth, pride refusing to die even as their worlds fell. 1,000 years of power chained them to arrogance, and arrogance demanded resistance. One empire stood first. The Dravix Dominion, once feared across 8 sectors, refused to kneel. "We would rather die than bow to humans," their ruler snarled. The moment the words left his mouth, the human commander raised a single hand. A silent flash filled the stars. Entire Dravix space, 6 planets, 9 fleets, 20 stations, vanished as if the galaxy itself deleted them. No screams, no debris. Nothing remained but ash drifting through starlight. The council broke. Tears fell. Voices shook. Leaders who once crushed civilizations now begged for mercy like children lost in darkness. One by one, they bowed, not out of honor, but survival. "We kneel. We submit. We choose peace." The human commander nodded once. "This is not conquest. This is balance. Those who destroy others will never again command the future." Across the galaxy, human fleets powered down their weapons. The war ended the same way it began, swift, silent, absolute. Humans did not take planets. They did not raise flags. They simply left the message written in the stars. Do not harm the weak. Do not seek to rule by fear. Humanity will watch. And for centuries to come, every empire told the story of the day an alien warned them, the day no one listened, and the day humanity reminded the galaxy what justice truly meant. Not conquerors, not tyrants, just the fire that burns empires built on cruelty.